Alright folks, I just want to say something before you watch this video that I made. I hope that you can just pay attention to the little nuggets that I'm trying, or like the little points I'm trying to make that are beneath, some of my being animated. I think I make some of my points with a little bit of emotion or emphasis, but at the end of the day, everyone's on the same team. We're all trying to figure out, the best way, the most efficient, effective way to educate people, and kids in particular. So, maybe some of my points you think are totally BS, that's fine. Maybe some of them you think have some validity, cool also. I guess my hope would be that this would maybe shed some light on something that you don't know anything about or that you know less about, and that it might be a conversation starter for you and your family, or you and your friends, or whoever. But I do think that these points that I'm making are just true of my experience, and I'm just projecting this or extrapolating this onto what I think is happening elsewhere. I could be wrong about everything, I could be right about everything, but I guess I hope that we're all open to having our minds changed, we're open to conversion, and we're open to learning. So do I have all the truth? No. But maybe there's something here that will lead us closer to that. And again, for the benefit of everyone who's involved in this whole educational system. So thanks for watching, and here's the video. So like I said, I was a teacher for 6 years. I had a good experience. I taught in a very, very good school with good students. By and large, and I taught in a good school, a white collar school, upper middle class, upper class kids, parents by and large are not involved. They are not involved. As long as the kid is pulling a certain GPA, or they're seeing certain marks in the kid's tests and reports, or parents don't care. They're not scrutinizing, they're not looking into stuff, whatever. They are checked out. Now, I'm going to get, the Catholic Church says, and I happen to believe this, that the primary educator of the student is the parent or the guardian. You are the primary educator, not the school. You entrust to the school to do some sort of job, but you are the person who is responsible. You had the child, you're raising the child, and you get assistance through the school, but you are the educator, all right? So a lot of parents, when something is not going right, they want to throw it right at the teacher and say, a lot of times the teacher will reach out, and the parent will be clueless and doesn't even know what's going on, or they don't even know how to control their kid or whatever, right? But it always comes back to, the teacher X, Y, or Z. And there's an abdication of responsibility toward the parent and toward the student. Student, I can see where you get off a little bit because you're only, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 years old. But parents need to know what's going on and need to be in the know. So in general, the parents who know what's going on and who are clued in and who are active participants in the education of their kids, those kids are rock stars. Those kids are always rock stars. I'm going to use an always. That's a universal statement, right? So anyway, parents by and large clueless and checked out. Okay, if you disagree, fine. I'm just telling you what my experience has been. Parents are clueless and checked out. They are too busy. They're raising a family. They're going to work. They're walking the dog. Actually, they're not walking the dog. No one ever walks their dogs. They're cleaning the house. They're trying to plan a vacation, blah, blah, blah. And then, how are your grades? Nobody even freaking cares, right? As long as their grades are here, okay, fine. Now, let's flip this, all right? On the other side of this, okay? So you got the parent, you got the kid, and you got the teacher. Parent, largely clueless. Teacher, okay? As I said in the earlier video, teacher has little to no accountability for what they do, okay? I should say teacher can manipulate the grades to keep these people quiet. As long as I give little Johnny a high mark, parents stay clueless and they stay checked out. As soon as I start to hold little Johnny accountable, whoa, then parents start to freak out and stuff about, well, why is my kid blah, 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 right? Well, geez, I can do a disservice to your kid, right? And just give him an A or a B, and no one will even know. Mr. Johnson, I love him. He's a great teacher. Didn't learn a lot, but he's a really good guy. Really? Is that what you're here for? Or I can hold the kid accountable and then have the parent get pissed off at me because I'm trying to have integrity in what I'm doing in the classroom. But here's the thing. As a teacher, if you try to do that, nobody else, or I shouldn't say nobody, fewer and fewer people are trying to have integrity with their grading in the classroom, because if they do, they are the odd person out. It's like everyone else's averages are, 80s and 90s and 100s, and you're like down in like the low 80s. Whoa, you're gonna paint a target on your back as a teacher, and people are not gonna like you if that's what you do. So you need to kind of carry the line to make sure everyone's everyone else is kind of calling this kind of work like, you know how an A used to be exceeds expectations? Exceeds expectations. Gosh, I could probably count on, in a class of like 25 kids, yeah, I know, 25, yep, that's a lot. In a class of 25 kids, I could probably count on one hand, I don't know, there's probably 3 kids, maybe 4, that exceed expectations. Exceed my expectations. Now maybe my expectations are not reasonable, perhaps. But these days the number of kids getting, A minuses, B pluses, blah, blah, blah. Wow, really? You're exceeding expectations? Are you serious? Okay, anyway. So what I'm saying to you guys is that the teacher, when they just push kids through with a good grade, they're not checked on that, and it's easier for them just to do so. And the parent is clueless and not engaged in the kid's education. So, and when I do hold a kid accountable, then the teacher is the one who gets the pushback, all right? The teacher gets pushback for trying to actually hold the kid to some standards so that they can, so that they can maybe hopefully through the process of failing, learn something, right? I know I was animated and, soapboxing a little bit about that. If someone can enlighten the situation, I'm all ears. And I generally, want to be open to have my mind changed about this. But I think what's happening in these public schools, I think is I don't think putting more money at the education system right now is the answer. I don't know what it is, but I wouldn't, if my kid were not doing well, I'm going back to my analogy, if my kid were not playing the violin, I'd not buy him a new violin and say, okay, well now he's gonna play, right? That's not happening. That's not the answer.